Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? It is I, John, and welcome back to the Silph Center podcast. I'm John. I'm the nerdy. She's Brit. She's the beautiful. Now, sorry about the long gap in episodes, but there's a very good reason for that. We are launching not one, but two new shows at least this year. Probably just two, but one of them is so big. And we actually just put our first episode up this morning as of the time we are recording and actually uploading this episode. We have got a new way to record podcasts that is way easier. And this is going to be our first pure news episode. And I'm kind of feeling good about it.
Me too.
So, first of all, the question special that has been teased for about 6 months is finally happening today. We're going to be grabbing a few of the questions that I remember off the top of my head that have been asked me over and over again, just in general about our show. And the first one and the most glaring is something mentioned in episode 1. Now, if you don't remember, this was the Meet the Host in Super Mario Maker 2 episode. And that's not a standard episode by any means, as it was a very, very early one. In the beginning, it actually was mentioned that this show was made to help Brittany. But, unfortunately, due to the way I had to cut around it because of some audio mix-up, the reason was never given. I had to cut the reason.
Yeah.
Regrettably, we weren't able to tell you for the longest time, but now seems about the right time. Brittany has social anxiety in a lot of ways. Just super, super hard for her to talk, which you might have noticed throughout the series it's gotten better. Thanks to these shows, I believe. So, what exactly has changed? Well, she has gotten ample amounts better at just generally talking with me. As you might have noticed in some of the
Bouncing
episodes,
ideas.
She kind of is more willing to talk than she used to be. I've also gotten one question as to whether or not I put her up to this, which, not really. We both decided to do these shows as a way to hang out and talk and produce content at the same time. And since we're both pretty nerdy, we just kind of naturally floated towards the Silph Center as a Nerd Sundry style podcast.
You'd never push me into doing something I don't want to.
Nope. Never would, never will, never have. So, thank you all for your concern on this. I know there's at least 3 or 4 people who have asked me over the year, and I'm sorry I had to take so long to answer. It's just, you're actually hearing one small portion of a very small amount of time I have to actually make episodes and do all my other things I like doing. I do have a very weird work life that requires 3 extra hours on top of the 8.5 hour shift that I work.
Right.
In which I just can't do anything yet. Which, hopefully this year I'll find a way to work around all that. But that's just background information. So, the bigger question, and the one that I see so much more that it's not even funny. A lot of you have noticed lots of weird cuts and other stuff during earlier episodes, and that is because we're amateur podcasters.
Right.
I mean,
gotta edit out all the bad stuff.
To be a bit transparent, we just put out the most ambitious 7-minute project we've ever done, and that would be the Cosmic Caravan Episode 1. It is available, Cosmic Caravan, it's basically our new short story series, and we tell original stories that we have written for the show or in past. We copyright the material that we make, and then we do episodes.
Mhm.
And so it's very cool, very fun, and it's got a great new direction. You can actually see that we have gotten better at this process. This is going to serve this episode as kind of an all answering style thing. And the reason you hear so many different things like that, such as me mispronouncing a word, maybe messing up a little, is that I don't care if these are perfect. I just want them to be very good to
Right.
listen to. And I also think it gives it that homespun feel that I'm so in love with.
Same.
Believe it or not, all episodes are done on one microphone between the two of us. That is how we have always done our podcast, as it feels more personal.
Right. It feels more, dare I say the word, intimate.
Yeah, it's a very intimate connection that we have, and we think it enhances the shows that we do. And so that's kind of where we get the whole entire messing up thing. And there's a few mess ups from other shows that I could even point out myself that I don't like exactly. But on the topic, and the last kind of thing we'll talk about with this question special, because we'll be doing more of these throughout time. We'll be doing small little bonus news type stuff like this. We are actually going to be re-releasing the final cuts of every episode with enhanced listenability. A lot of my old techniques are very inefficient, and therefore you'll see in almost all the Silph Center episodes we have had some problems with audio. I'm going to spruce them all up over time as much as I can. So if you somehow want to hear all of them again, wait about a month. And I'm probably going to have a majority of those done. I'll be going in episode order, starting with the oldest and going all the way up until I think we have about the kind of quality I'm used to doing now. With that all said, thank you guys for coming to this quick behind the scenes. There will actually be a version of this with just the animation plus and glitch in talk we're about to have, which is kind of this episode's topic.
I can't wait. I love it.
So get ready for some talk about the shakeup of the industry. We'll see you there. So today we are also talking about the glitch in and animation plus, starting with the glitch in, mostly because it's the one we have a little more to talk about.
I am in love with it.
Yeah. So for those of you who have never heard of Glitch, they are a company founded by the creator of SMG4 on YouTube. They eventually started their own animation channel and started doing original programming. One of my favorites of which is Sunset Paradise. I think most people would remember them mostly from the Amazing Digital Circus and the Murder Drones. They've got the Gaslight District coming out very soon, and I'm so looking forward.
Wait.
That looks like a 2D version of maybe, like a Tim Burton-esque looking thing. So we don't even know what that's about.
I still can't wait though, because Glitch does so many amazing cartoons.
Yeah. Apparently they've got more according to the trailer for Glitch In, but Glitch In itself is actually a small paid subscriptions website talking about, extras, some behind the scenes stuff.
I know, I love it.
I highly recommend you at least check out Glitch if you don't check out Glitch In. Because if you've never heard of these people, what are you doing here?
They're amazing.
Just go over to the Glitch YouTube channel. There's actually two, but you'll know which one's right. I guess the best thing I can say about them is they have got some of the coolest animation I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And to be honest, indie animation has gotten bigger thanks to them and Has Been Hotel.
Plus, I like that like their stories are like so amazing.
Oh,
It's so
absolutely.
story driven, and I love it.
And I think this is where we're going to have to talk more about Animation Plus. So, if you guys haven't heard, it's within the last 24 hours that we're recording this.
That we found out about
that
it.
we found out about it, and it was even talked about publicly. That's how recent this news is, and why I wanted to do this episode right now. We are not a cartoon podcast, we're an everything podcast, but we do a lot of cartoons because we love a lot of cartoons. Animation Plus is being headed by people from the Cyanide and Happiness team. I think Salad Fingers
Salad
has
Fingers.
some type of
There's
its
so
creator has something
ones.
with it. Happy Tree Friends from Mondo.
I love Happy Tree Friends.
And of course, who could forget the Meat and Canyon cartoons? Meat Canyon himself
really
is part of this.
Glitch has a part in it.
Yeah, so kind of a big want for me as well right there. I would like to see, even though this is a total pipe dream, because these people have no affiliation that I'm aware of. Glitch is one of mine that I want. I want to see Film Cow get in on it. They're the ones who did the Charlie ones that you just saw. Old Charlie the Unicorn, which we might actually do a short form cartoons or short lived cartoon.
There's a few
episode.
I'd like to see on there.
There's a
so
couple
many good creators.
Yeah. And I think as well as that, there's just a lot of potential for this to be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. We haven't seen any pricing models yet, so this is a subscription service, mind you. Just like with Glitch In, except they are apparently going to be doing actual animations.
Right. You know
Not saying Glitch In won't, but it seems like they're going to be doing original programming for it. And I would really like to see this go off without a hitch. I would love to see this get big.
You know what I love the most about it, though?
What's that?
They're taking a bunch of like creators from like YouTube and turning it into a streaming service.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but I mean, this goes so much deeper in the well than YouTube. Salad Fingers. He actually, I think he's even pre-YouTube. Because he didn't get his start there, but goodness gracious, I couldn't tell you how far back it was. Another one that I'd like to see in Animation Plus is someone that we haven't mentioned at all today, and that is Johnny Etko. A lot of people wouldn't really remember this dude, but he did the Prostitute Mickey cartoons. And one you would actually know that I watched recently was Mob Squad.
Oh, there's one I gotta look up.
Then, of course, I wish I could see Bruce to get in on the fun.
Because there's one that I'd like to see, but I gotta remember.
I think as well, you said Forest Fire, creator of the Duck Song.
Yes.
I'd like to see them do something too. I mean, I don't know if I know they did Lego stuff recently, so I don't know if they'd still be willing to work with regular animation, because the last thing I'm aware of them doing outside of their own Lego work is they actually did some Lego work for Epic Rap Battles.
Right.
But seeing them return to kind of the form they used to be would be kind of nice.
That would be cool.
I would love to see them do that. Honestly, the whole thing just keeps on going on. God School, that one Olympus-based animation series. The people behind Lackadaisy. The thing is, Animation Plus could go really big really quickly if they are careful on the pricing. I know I keep saying pricing, but let me tell you something. This is one of those things where I want to support it really bad, and I need it to be worth it.
Right.
I know it will be, but will it be?
It's just the problem of
in the short term.
I was gonna say, just the problem of knowing.
Yeah.
how much you gotta pay and all that stuff.
I assume as well, even though this is a broad assumption, because they have a minute or and some second trailer.
Right.
That's all that's known about it right now.
We don't really know much more about it than that.
And what I would like to see as well is a lot of behind the scenes deals.
That would be
Like
fun.
showing the animators making the cartoons,
That would be
interviews,
awesome.
stuff like that. If they want to make this work, that's a great way to expand the catalog.
Get a way for like the audience to get to know the creators as a person.
Yep. And then this is where the interesting part is. Because that behind the scenes would exist, I would love to see then that there's a lot of stuff that could teach people how to animate or inspire them to get into it. Then it is a self-feedback.
I got into it way back a few months ago when I watched Murder Drones.
Yeah. Brittany, she is, I wouldn't say an up-and-coming animator, but she's a hobbyist, and she loves it, and I'm pretty excited to see where she goes with it, and it's stuff like that that makes me think Animation Plus could be the best thing the industry has seen in a long time.
Right.
Either way, I know this is a short, kind of newsy episode, but that's really all we've got for the day. We do promise that we will be back much sooner than we have been lately. Things have been kind of crazy for the new secret project launching on the 29th.
Glad we were able to answer some questions.
All I can say is July 29th, look out for our new podcast, Confessions at 30. That's all I'm going to say about it. Have a lovely